Stop and reflect for a moment. Looking back over your life, can you find pivotal moments that broadened your perspective? Have there been times in your life that you identify as turning points, moments after which you saw the world in a more open and generous light? Have you ever felt connected to something greater than yourself, and, in that connection, felt self-centeredness slip away? Or have you noticed a more gradual process where, over a period of months or years, you changed the way you viewed yourself and the world, little by little? Consciousness transformations happen more often than you might think. Knowing more about what stimulates them, how they work, and what supports the process can help you jump on board rather than be just pulled along, getting bashed about in the process. By understanding transformation, you'll be better able to navigate the enormous changes that face each of us every day of our lives. As a result, you may be able to shift what is difficult and challenging into opportunity and adventure. Our premise is simple yet radical. Your behavior, attitudes, and ways of being in the world are changed in life-affirming and lasting ways only when your consciousness transforms, and you commit to living deeply into that transformation. In this chapter, we explore first what consciousness itself is, and then what consciousness transformation has proven to be for many people. What is consciousness? Before we begin to delve more deeply into the terrain of consciousness transformation, let's define what we mean by consciousness. Consciousness is the quality of mind that includes your own internal reality. It includes self-awareness, your relationships to your environment, the people in your life, and your worldview or model of reality. Simply put, your consciousness determines how you experience the world. Your consciousness, or your perception of reality, is created by the interactions of your subjective and objective lives. Your subjective life is what exists in your inner experience. Your objective life is what's out there in the world. The convergence of your self-identity and your perceptions of the world give rise to your worldview, and thus how you relate to, mediate, and ascribe meaning to both these inner and outer worlds. As a tradition, Buddhism may have done more than any other to systematically explore the complexities of consciousness and transformation. For thousands of years, Buddhist practitioners have been building a science of inner life, carefully mapping the terrain of mind and consciousness. B. Alan Wallace is one of the best-regarded scholars, translators, and bridge builders between Tibetan Buddhism and Western science. In 2003, he spoke to us about the nature of human consciousness. From the very inception of Buddhism itself, we have these statements by the Buddha of the primacy of the mind. This is uniform throughout Buddhism. If you are to understand the nature of reality as a whole, the understanding of consciousness, that by which we are able to observe and reflect upon anything whatsoever, is going to be crucial. It's a marvelous irony that, without the mind, without observation, without consciousness, you would never have any science. And yet it took 400 years before consciousness actually became a legitimate topic of scientific inquiry. From this Tibetan Buddhist perspective, the brain is not really a repository of any mental phenomenon at all. It is much more of a conduit, a conditioner. This theory is just as compatible with all current neuroscientific knowledge as the notion that the brain is the ultimate repository or storehouse of memories and so forth. I have never seen any empirical evidence that compels me to believe that any mental event takes place inside the brain, lodged inside the brain. Such a view, grounded in over 1,000 years of empirical study by Tibetan Buddhist practitioners, is quite heretical when considered from the dominant scientific perspective, which considers all of consciousness as dependent on neuronal firing. In Western science, our experience of the subjective is considered an epiphenomenon, or byproduct, of the brain. And yet, the study of Buddhist meditation has become a vital area of contemporary brain science. The worlds are indeed converging.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.